evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to GameStar TV. It's the last match of the evening here on the ZOWIE GameStar Overwatch League. First night of qualifiers, and we've got Global Sanction going up against B1G or Big. And this is a make or break match for both of these two teams. They're both sitting on 3 wins and 2 losses. And look, there's an outside chance that they're going to be able to get through. It's looking quite strong that we have 4 qualifiers already. But for either of these two teams to be even in the running based on the software tiebreakers, they must win this match. So absolute make or break between Global Sanction and Big. Once again, your casters tonight are Bobby J and All G. And Bobby J, if you want to take us through the teams and into the cast.
And we have Global Sanction here. It's the first time we've casted Global Sanction, All G, and they're on the defensive here. And we have a well-known team here on the offensive side, don't we?
Yeah, Big Gaming, number 10 in the power rankings at the moment, so they're just squeezing in there, but we've cast them a few times before. They're a really exciting team to watch. And with everything to play for at the moment on this 6th round on Ilios, you'll be watching both teams basically going at it and trying to get the win here. All they can do is get the win and then just see if the fates decide that they can get into the top 4. But if they don't get the win, they're not making it in.
As we load into the game, we are on the ZOWIE GameStar Overwatch League Week 1 qualifiers here in round number 6 on Ilios, and we've got Global Sanction on the blue side, Big on the red side. Teams are at 3 and 2 at the moment. If they have any chance of advancing into the playoffs, they must win this game. So here we go, OG, as the teams get ready to select their champions or heroes.
Yeah,
sorry.
Already
legends.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. The heroes and champions. But as we look at the teams here, already some very, very aggressive comps coming in here. If you look at the side of Big here, we've got a Tracer, a Winston, and a Reaper, and that is just huge damage. And together with the Zarya and the Lucio Mercy combo, they'll be looking for a lot of backline harass and a lot of wombo combo potential. And on the side here of Global Sanction, we've got something a little different. We've got a lot more aerial presence and pick potential coming in here with the Roadhog. So we'll see which defense, whether pure offense or the pick potential of the Roadhog really comes in to see which is better.
As the point has 16 seconds to unlock, teams get ready to make their mark here in the middle. Winston's jumping on opposite ends here, trying to go into the back line. Farah up on Buffy on the blue side, trying to get fixed on the Mercy here. So Face is just keeping attached to his team right here, as he's keeping them topped up. Rek gets a big hook there on the JT, point blank, but he dies for that hook. And not probably the best option there to hook the Winston, as the red side here, Big have capping the point here.
Yeah, he got in a good position, he got the hook, but unfortunately it was on the target you don't want to get, being at Winston, and they, together with Zarya, basically just shredded him down to nothing. So Big in a really good position here, pushing up the point, got the Mercy res and the Soldier ultimate just coming up now. So we'll see if Big can hold this position as the blue team moves up on the point.
Rek gets a hook, maximum range, beautiful work on the Ultra there, Ultra hook on Ultra, as the Zarya ult goes down, the Gravity Well picking up 1 there, as 3 got locked in, and the Winston picks up another, or picks up 2, sorry. Mercy res brings him back into play here for the blue side. Global Sanction, they get ready to push back, and as the Lucios say the word go, and they're trying to get in, but JT the best is making sure on his Winston he's keeping him at bay, or G, and Soldier is also doing work for them, getting pushed from the back.
Yeah, JT and Soldier are playing really, really strong at the moment. Just keeping him at bay, trying to keep him off, but there's a lot of ultimates coming out in here.
Yeah, as Soundbear from the red side and Rek with his Roadhog here on the blue side for a Global Sanction, trying to push them back, as Black Sabbath trying to get his zapping gun here on the Winston, but he falls down. No one there to back him up. He was all alone as they're fighting here just above on the ramp. JT the best doing work here for Big Gaming. Kept them at bay over and over, and Rek is a big hook there. Another one. He's got 2 max range hooks in the past 2 minutes. and the Mercy res. The Gravity Well gets him here in the middle, and two of them are caught. I don't know if they're going to be able to get out as the shield goes down from the Winston, and Rex just needs to bounce out of here. Oh geez, they're still going back and forth on the checkpoint here on the control map, and JT's still alive, still zapping away, and people are falling left, right, and center. So here's a taser gun. As I don't know what to call it, but I'm going to call it a taser gun. As Rendo is bouncing out, he falls. They're falling down. Here we go. They've got it 99%.
Dude, JT is so slippery on this Winston. I don't know how he's still alive. Some really, really good healer coming from Mercy, but a lot of that came down to JT just knowing the cooldowns of the hero that he's playing, knowing that it can be just that little bit more aggressive and get the reset get the cooldown come off on his jump pack and stay in there for as long as possible. So really, really well played there by JT the best. Also, really good play there by Rek as well on Global Sanction. Really unlucky to, not capitalize, but unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of damage coming down the picks that he got. So, good plays. Roadhog really, really preferred on this level though with the well. So we'll see if he comes into its own here.
It's unlocked with the doors are unlocked with Big pick up the first win here of the best out of 3 on Ilios. Or best out of 3, I mean the 3 points as they're fighting here. As Rek is trying to keep Bush at bay here, but he's fallen down. A hook comes in. Good work from Rek as he cleans him up. 3 members just left here on the point. His face is jumping around, trying to keep this soldier alive. There's only 2 of them. FaZe has just jumped in on his own. He's fallen into a Roadhog hook and he falls down the well.
Yeah, as I said earlier in the early bit of this map, really, really good play there by Rek on this Roadhog. Hooks the Mercy, throws down the well. So see you later. None of those reses are coming out today. So really good play there by Rek and the boys on Global Sanction. They've got a really good position here. They've got 2 ultimates up, and one of them being a Farah. So we'll see if they can hold this point, and they're playing really well, Bobby, at the moment.
They're keeping it all together as it's on 22%, and they're not pushing out, they're not being aggressive. We've seen other teams tonight have those mistakes where they've kept the control point and they've gone to the other team's spawn to hold them there, but they've lost it. We saw that with Orbit earlier tonight.
Absolutely.
So Orbit, it was in their game anyway. As they get into fight here, is Randa, or whatever his name is, he's just trying to dash away here, and he's Reaper as they come in, as the Winston and the Roadhog both pop their ops and they're pushing them back. Black Sabbath doing fantastic work, holding them at the back line here towards their spawn, and they're still holding on. Oh gee, 51%.
Yeah, Render did really well to sneak behind them and get the ult off there and just, really displace the enemy team. Along with Rek getting, look at that, another really good hook on Rek. It is on the Winston, but it does force him to use his ult, so it looks like Big enough to follow this up here if they want this.
And they're trying to do that. It's the Gravity Well against no one, just there in the middle. Sound barrier popped here for Abra on the blue side for Global Sanction, and they're using that to its full advantage, trying to get it here onto the red side, keep them at bay, but Winston falls down. Black Sabbath, he needs to get ready to respawn as Mercy's not going to be able to res him. She's not in the position as they've gotten the Big has captured here.
Yeah, JT got caught there by the hook, but he had to go in, and he did really well to push them off the point. And at the moment, Big's looking in a really good position. They've got 3 ults ready to come out. Soldier 76 ult being used just to keep him in the spawn. But are they playing a little bit too aggressively? We'll see in a second as the blue team pushed up here and try and get this point back.
Black Sabbath's trying to push them back out here as the res comes in, picks up 3. Good job there to get the team members back up. Ultra getting Rocket Barrage off, picking up a couple. She falls though, and FaZe is falling down too, so they have no mercy and they're taking advantage of that as the blue side pick up 2. The Mercy falls down before she rests, and they're just back and forth here. Even match up here in the middle as both Winstons trying to zap each other. The hook coming in from Rek. Gets to the Winston, but he gets his ult off as he gets hooked, and he slaps him down the hole. See you later, Roadhog. Have a taste of Yo Madison, mate, and he's down already.
Mush just had a massive facepalm moment where he got thrown down the well and then panic ulted and ended up ulting somewhere in the Ilias map where nobody was. So Zara ulted wasted there on the side of Big, but they've managed to hold on to the point. 63% now and to 83. It's going to come down to the wire. No, only 1 ultimate up on the side of Global Sanction here, so this could be going the way of Big if they're not careful. It's going to come down to the wire, Bobby.
He's going to get dropped. Stroll did a good job earlier just getting up out of that well. He was caught down there for a good 10 seconds and he's back up helping his team. As Wreck gets a good good old shotgun to the face of JT the Beast. And Ultra is coming in over the top. Just trying to keep the blue side, Global Sanction at bay here. And as there's 90%, time is ticking. They've got to get in now and they've got to jump in. So speaking of jumping in, Black Sabbath gets in on his Winston here, breaking it down the sound barrier, coming in from the Lucio as they look to go back and forth here on the checkpoint. Black Sabbath's back in play after his mistake before, and Avril gets his sound barrier off and his Lucio, but he gets sucked down there. Can he get back up? He's trying to climb up, he does, but Black Sabbath is jumping on the back line. Both Winstons zapping each other. The shields have been popped down. There's no shields. Gravity Well gets one. He's down. He's gone down, that Winston, and oh, it's close here, 99% to 87 all G as they get back over the point.
Yeah, this is not looking good. The boys from Global Sanction are just sort of getting picked up one by one. Render's still up though. He needs to do the damage and make sure that he can hold on for Global Sanction to get back. He's doing well, but he finally goes down. It's going to be a close one, 99% coming to overtime, Bobby. It's going to come down probably to a really good pick by Rek if he can get it. And he has on Q-Hat. That's really, really important. Oh my goodness, Q-Hat's doing a lot of damage, Bobby.
Yeah, gets the big hook there as the Winstons are slapping each other. He's got Black Sabbath needs to keep them off. He's trying to give his team some breathing space. And Electric is over the top here trying to push the Zarya away. As Black Sabbath's still alive, but James in the base is keeping tabs on that Winston all game. He's just slapped Electric. Oh no, I'm looking at that wrong. Farah's up in the air, but she falls. Ultra is just hovering above, picking off that Winston, and it looks like the Farah is going to sink away as no one's there in time. That Gravity Well doing fantastic work, holding people down there at bay, and looks like they pick up the victory here. Big Gaming.
Yeah, really well played there by Big Gaming. Led the way there by JT the Beast and JT the Best, and Q-Hat on the frontline champions there. Shim getting the play of the game for a big mercy res by the looks of thing here on this point.
Heroes never die.
Yeah, probably two. Looks like two there. Turn this around. It was a close one. But Big just coming out. I think the scoreboard, the 2-0 scoreboard, probably a little bit unfair in Global Sanctions' favour. Probably deserved to at least get around there, but Big coming out the better team there, and well played to both teams.
Really proving when it mattered. Big's experience coming through. They need to improve their record. They're at 4-2, so it's going to be very interesting to see what the results are from other games that have been played, and we'll make sure we keep that all updated for you if they aren't completed yet. And make sure you keep your Play Overwatch t-shirt giveaway. That's still happening, the Play Overwatch t-shirt. So just before we go off the air, so make sure you do give us your Hero Best liners. And we need to go get a Plantronics MVP. So the nominee for the Plantronics Rig 500 HD 7.1 gaming headset all G. We need to select one. And who do you think did it for you on Ilios?
I think we focused a lot on JT that game, because he was playing such an aggressive Winston, getting in the back line. But I'm actually going to give it to Q-Hat on the Soldier. He played it both rounds, and both rounds he spent the majority of time on fire, and that was because he was just doing so much damage to the whole Global Sanction team. So really, really well played there by Q-Cat, and he's got my Plantronics MVP vote.
Well, that's excellent work from him. Congratulations. You have won yourself a nomination. We do have the nominations.
To get updated, guys, with round 6 matches.
Yep, and we're going to bring Crisis in right now to help us out with the leaderboard here. So, Crisis, let's have a look at the leaderboard.
Alrighty, so we'll just get that onto screen for you, ladies and gentlemen, in a moment. We do know that the Woodcucks are through. It's looking right now like Avant-Garde have done what they need to get themselves through. They're on 5 wins and 15 points. Quentium, who we weren't paying a lot of attention to before, they're sitting on 4 themselves. So let's see Bobby J, how Sia on land did. They actually lost to Jalapeno Job.
Yeah, they lost in the first round, which is... Mick was telling me, like, we've got to win round 1. We were talking before the match started, and he's like, we've got to win round 1 if we're going to be able to advance. and that's what's cost them Crisis.
Yeah, so if we have a look at the round 6 results, they've also lost to Avant-Garde. So losing 2 games has put them at some serious risk right now, sitting on 6 on the leaderboard. And I don't think that that's going to change. If we look at the others sitting on 4 wins, Quintium, they have also completed their match, have they?
The
Yes,
one
it looks like
outstanding
it. Quintium has.
Team Expert and Serious Team, both on 9, with that result putting 1 on 12. Going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be super close. So in the event of a tie, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering how this is going to get resolved, the software has got tiebreakers built into them, and they're on screen right now. The ties are broken by the average of the percentage of rounds your opponent won and individual games you won. Now, that's not reflected over here in this listing, which is the bracket listing. But as soon as we've got those last results in, we will be able to switch over to the results tab, and that will show us their OW percentage, which is the rounds your opponents have won, and your the individual games you have won as well. And that will determine who goes through between these teams that are currently tied.
So, Crisis, while we're waiting for that result, they go through to play on Thursday, and 4 teams already have qualified, and they are...
Yeah, that's correct. So the Chiefs, Untitled Spreadsheet, Tainted Minds, and Jam Gaming being the top 4 power ranked teams at the end of the 19th of July. They are the ones that go through. At the end of the 12th of July. So the 19th of July came out before we sent the invitations out. So those 4 teams, top 4 power ranked teams at the time that we launched the league, they will go through. And so the 4 teams that are playing or that go through from tonight will face up against them. And of course, the seedings for those top 4 teams will be determined by their power rankings. The seedings of the 4 teams that go through tonight, from 5 to 8 in that playoff round, will be determined by their standings here. Now I can see, hang on, let's just switch on over to see round 6's, whether it's been updated. No, we still have a couple of games to go. And EJ, we've had just those 2 one-liners that have come through. The one from Zanakin and the other one from Crandor Kaboom, I think you said his name was. Any other one-liners coming through in round number 6?
Well, we had Mike Corker and we had Squizzies, but we're both staff, so we don't count.
All right, well, then that makes it a choice between Zanakin's one-liner and Crandor Kaboom. And I have to say,
Zanakin for originality.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Zanakin. His one-liner was, "I'd give you my best Tracer one-liner, but I can't recall it," which is a fantastic play on words. So that's our first night of matches that have gone by. And while we're waiting for a result, Bobby J, what do you think of how the format has gone in terms of the 6 rounds of Swiss format?
I definitely prefer it because the trouble was we were trying to please a lot of teams. We had it open-ended, as we saw in Jamstar. We had 20-plus teams each week. And a lot of the times, because we seeded the top teams. We seeded about 15. Well, we did seedings for everything, but the top teams would usually play like a newer team or a less experienced team in the first round, or the teams would get knocked out really early on, and they wouldn't be able to play anymore. So with the Swiss coming through the Swiss format, everyone gets to play maximum amount of games. And even if you start losing, you verse teams with a similar win-loss ratio to you, so you don't get paired up against the better team. So everyone gets to have the chance to get better, and there's plenty more weeks to come. So, you just keep improving.
Shout out to Q-Hat for subscribing as well. Love you long time.
Oh, massive shout out to Q-Hat. Thanks for the sub, dude. Zanakin, if you are, well, hopefully you're still watching because you gave us that one-liner. You need to contact me. Send me a PM on Twitch is probably going to be the easiest way, or jump onto the GameStar Discord. I'm going to need your name and address so that I can send you your T-shirt. You'll also need to tell me what size you are. All G, any reflection on the team performances tonight?
the Woodcocks, I just want to say, the only team to go 6-0. So obviously coming into Thursday, they've got a lot of momentum, and it's going to be interesting to see. They've been playing well for a few weeks now, so it's going to be interesting to see how they come up against the big boys in the top four.
And talking to top four, final results are in for this week.
Oh, fantastic! What a beautiful segue. How's it ended up here?
We'll very quickly refresh the page for you, ladies and gentlemen, and then head on over to the results. So your first qualifier is the Woodcocks on 6-0, and they are followed by Avantgarde, who were just until tonight called Shaft. So Avantgarde will be very pleased as an organization picking up Shaft because they've qualified through to the first playoffs. The third place team is Big, who we saw very polished in the game just before. And a surprise dark horse that's come out of nowhere towards the end there, Quentium, qualifies fourth, and they'll go through to the playoffs as well.
So, Crisis, just to clarify for everyone, the teams, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is Woodcocks, Avantgarde, Big, and Quentium. So, would Woodcocks be versing Jam, because they are number 4?
Yeah, so the seeding, so it's single elimination BO3 on Thursday night, and yes, so effectively 1 would face 8. So the Chiefs will go up against Quentium, then 2 versus 7. So Untitled Spreadsheet will go up against Big, and then Tainted Minds will be going up against Avantgarde, and Jam will be going up against the Woodcocks.
What a rematch. Game. Oh, that's going to be a cracker.
Yes,
yeah.
What an opening game that is. That's huge. Jam versus Woodcocks is an absolute cracker.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the evening. So your final, just a repeat, your qualifiers from tonight are the Woodcocks, Avantgarde, B1G, and Quentium. They'll go through to face up against the Chiefs, Spreadsheet, Untitled Spreadsheet, Tainted Minds, and Jammed Gaming. So you need to make sure that you are right back here with GameStar TV1 on Thursday night, same time as every Jamstar weekly has been. So the ZOWIE GameStar Overwatch League playoffs take over that time slot. So 7:30 p.m. AEST is where you put it in your calendars and make sure you are here to watch the top 8 duke it out for $180 in cash prizes for this week's cash prize. Let's wrap it up there, ladies and gentlemen. It's been fantastic having you here with us on GameStar TV1. Show some love to the boys from the team at ZOWIE. Follow them on Twitter by hitting up at ZOWIEBenQ or just follow us on at GameStar. We'll be tweeting about ZOWIE quite a bit over the coming weeks. They are fantastic sponsors, putting up $7,000 or $8,000 worth of prizes. Just a fantastic,
outstanding, love it,
support of the Overwatch scene out here. Boys, any final words before we go off air?
I'm looking forward to Woodcocks and Jam. Like Woodcocks are out for blood. They want their revenge on Jam.
Oh, that's got to be opening game Thursday night. Highlight billing of the opening round is that grudge match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we'll bring it to you. Go for it, Olgie.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Woodcocks really showing their dominance on the qualifiers tonight, and I'm really excited to see how they'll turn up Thursday night. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait. And just thanks to everyone for coming out tonight for the first week as well. First week, I know there's a lot of glitches and hiccups, but thanks for sticking around. It was a really, really fun night.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're back here at 7:30 on Thursday to catch more ZOWIE GameStar Overwatch League. If you're not busy tomorrow night and you're into another Blizzard title, Heroes of the Storm, the Ember series continues starting at 7 p.m. Actually, not 7:30 as it shows on your screen right now. You might fancy yourself another $50, put together a team and come and play Heroes of the Storm. But of course, make sure whatever you do that you're back here on Thursday night for the playoffs of the ZOWIE GameStar Overwatch League week number 1.